When I woke up this morning, I had this pit in my stomach. It was like a feeling of dread that I couldn't get rid of. A lot of things in my life aren't really going to plan right now, but that's actually not why I felt that pit in my stomach. The reason I felt it is because I knew I was still going to get out of bed, I was still going to make my bed, I was still going to get on with my day and get to work, just like I promised myself I would. Because it's so easy, and I used to be this guy, it's so easy to just wake up feeling that way and throw everything away and just be like, oh, well, life has happened, things aren't going to plan, I'm just going to give up with all of it, because that's obviously the easier thing to do. And it actually makes you feel worse, at least for me, viscerally, like in my stomach, in the core of my body, when I know that I have to put in the work anyway, even though I feel like that. But it only feels worse and it only feels bad for as long as things aren't going away. And guess what? If you get up and act, if you stick to the plan, if you go about your day and your routines like nothing is going wrong, everything will figure itself out. Because the only way that you can fail at what you're trying to do is if you just stop altogether and give in to your emotions. You're allowed to feel low. You're allowed to feel down about the process, but you're not allowed to just throw it all away because you don't feel good for 1 or 2 days or a week. It doesn't matter. You have to make promises to yourself and stick to them, because if you break that trust with yourself, you're never going to achieve anything you set out to do. You have to learn how to control your emotions and just do what you say you were going to do consistently enough for it to work, or it will never work. And this was really, really fucking difficult for me to understand and also to put into action. But now that I approach every area of my life with this same discipline and self-accountability of saying, I said I'm going to do it, so I will, I've pretty much achieved everything I've wanted to achieve. And really, for me, this started with the gym. That's where the whole attitude of just doing what you said you were going to do comes from, because I go and I feel better even if I didn't want to do it. And it applies to your life too. And you will start getting the things that you want when you start to act regardless of how you feel. And you'll even feel better for doing it.